Hello and welcome to Behind the Lines. I'm Diane Dayton. Today we're going to talk about the Squeaky Wheel Tour, what's involved with that, and the difference that it is making in our communities and for families, how it came together and how you can be a part of it. With us right now I have Gina Miller. Gina, you are an artist and you're no stranger to our set. Welcome back.
Thank you for having me again, Diane.
So the Squeaky Wheel Tour has been going on for how long now, Gina?
Janelle started this back in, these dates.
It's
getting
been a
older.
while.
It's been a long time. When her sister went missing,
Yes.
she started the tour for artists because it's such a short time frame where you're on the news and in the
Right.
media and all that. And she started this to help keep the tour, keep the people being fed into the media feeds at least once a year during tour time.
Right.
And it's helped find over 1,000 missing people.
Okay, so if somebody doesn't know what we're talking about when we talk about the Squeaky Wheel Tour, it has to do with presenting people that have been missing.
Yes.
And it's bringing the pictures along during the shows and the concerts, the gigs, right?
Right. Basically what it entails is artists from around the world will adopt somebody that's missing from their state, their area, and if they perform in various states, then they will adopt people that are missing in various states. And they will take posters of the person that they adopted, and during tour time, which runs from October through November, they will take the poster, talk a little bit about the person that's missing during a show that's already scheduled, and ask people to either come up near the stage and snapshot a picture of it with their phones, share it on social media, or actually, some of the artists like me, I will go to the website, snapshot the pictures of all the missing, and make like a little album on my music page, and then ask my fans or who's ever at the shows to actually share that album. And then it's out there. It's on social media.
And for those who are just joining us and don't understand the story behind this, when you're talking about Janelle, tell the story about how this started. And once again, the site, so we know and they can go to, is?
Okay, the site for missing people that was started by my friend Janelle is www.411gina.org. And the tour was started because my friend Janelle Rapp out in Los Angeles, her sister Gina, not me, my name is Gina too, but her sister was also named Gina, went missing from Lincoln, Nebraska, approximately, I can't remember the exact amount of years, but I think 16 years ago, and the case remains unsolved. And Gina was also an artist, and she did a gig. She went back to her car. She, the trunk was open, the guitar was there. They never found her. And the case, when somebody goes missing, they put you on the news. It's in the newspapers. It's hyped up, and then people literally think that the person's been found because it's settled. It drops off. It drops off the So Janelle wanted to do whatever she could do with her talents, and that was she came up with this idea of I'm a singer-songwriter too. How can we spread the word? So she came up with this idea, which is fantastic, to have other artists adopt people that are missing and have a specific designated time frame to do a tour, and she called it the Squeaky Wheel Tour.
And that's the October-November window each year.
To have people adopt people that are missing and try to help find them.
Yeah, and you were saying that there have been a lot of people found through this, right?
1,000.
1,000 found through this.
Which is unbelievable. Now, unfortunately, some of the cases, as you would suspect, are not always what
the outcome that you wanted. Right.
Exactly. But it's closure.
Right.
People need closure. It's obviously you want them to be found well, but it's not always the case.
Right.
But at least it's closure for families to have, because you don't want to be living your life always wondering.
Yeah. So this really brings together the community. It brings together, obviously, the police and that sort of thing, detectives, to be a part of this. But this awareness is what's key, and that's why you've chosen to be involved in this. And this is near and dear to your heart. Why?
Janelle and I became very close friends through my first producer from Nashville. I'm still involved with music and writing and, produce with song production and all that. And we had a mentor. We had a mutual mentor. Myself, my first producer, who unfortunately passed away from cancer. He was also very good friends with Janelle, and he introduced me to her.
Okay.
And as we all had causes that we were working on, and as soon as Janelle started talking about this, and of course when she found out my name was Gina, we just connected instantly.
Sure.
And we became instant friends. And I thought what she was doing was just phenomenal. And I said, I want to help. And of course, every artist that was there, we're all involved. Every artist, it was called Music Strategies. And the mentor that was in Los Angeles, that was part of it, was Tim Sweeney. He also passed away from a disease process that he was suffering through. He was amazing too. He just connected everybody. It was it was just a connection thing.
Right.
One person met somebody, and then another, and another. It was a connection thing.
So how many bands or groups are involved with this?
Thousands.
Okay.
There's solo artists, there's bands, and I've had so many people from Lancaster County, Chester County, Delaware, Jersey, Maryland, all over the place. And some people hop on for a little bit, some people hop on for long term. I've had some friends that just call me every year, say, hey, you know, my friend Rick Griffin from Maryland, like every year. He's like, hey, you're going to come and you're going to come down and sing, or, you know, I mean, I might even just guest sing. I might not do a show by myself. I might just kind of go guest sing with him and show up and sing a few songs, and we'll put the posters up and do it that way, you know, if I don't have time to do like a complete entire show with him.
Right.
So everybody just joins together. It's a community thing.
So how do bands or solo artists get to be a part of this? What do they need to do?
All they need to do is go to the website, www.411gina.org, and go through the contact. There's a contact link. And write and say, look, I'm an artist in Pennsylvania. I'm an artist in wherever, Maryland, Delaware, and I would like to become a Gina artist. What do I do? And basically, it doesn't entail anything but what you're already doing. You already have shows lined up as a band.
Right.
You already have your schedule lined up for next month or whatever. So you pick a person or a couple people. If you're in a band, you pick, if you have 5 band members, you pick 5 people. Every band member says something about one person. That's 5 people that are going to be profiled during a gig that's already on a schedule.
And you don't know what you don't know until you start talking about this.
Right.
And it's putting the pieces together. So I think you've brought along some people.
I did.
That we would like to feature today and bring to the public awareness. So let's start, and let's have you tell a little bit about.
Okay, I have some posters here that were printed off from the site. And again, it's very easy, user-friendly site to print these posters off of. This one is Anthony Peter Tumolo. He went missing at the age of 14. He's 5'2". He's approximately maybe 110 pounds, black hair, brown color eyes. He's Caucasian. He has a scar on his right cheek. The circumstances are unknown. His photo is shown as a progressive photo to 65 years old. He was last seen in 1966, leaving his house to ride his bike to a friend's house. He never arrived at his friend's house, and he's never been seen or heard from since. His bike was never even found. All his money, paycheck, and belongings were left in his bedroom. They think that he was either a victim of an accident or foul play, and this case remains unsolved.
Wow. Wow, and we don't want to forget.
No. But people, you know, we've seen stories where people are found 10 years later.
Right, you just
don't want to ever give up.
That's right.
Richard Patron, he's been missing since February 19th, 2005 from Philadelphia. He went missing at the age of 35. He's approximately 5'9", 200 pounds, brown hair, blue eyes, male, Caucasian. He has a tattoo with the name Angela on his left bicep. He has a tattoo of several clowns in color ink on his right bicep. He wears a beard and a mustache. He was last seen wearing a gray hooded sweatshirt, jeans, and sneakers. His circumstances were unknown. He was last seen with his friend Danielle Imbo. She's also missing. They were last seen leaving a restaurant at 11:45 p.m. in the vicinity of South Street in Philadelphia. His vehicle was also missing. It was a black, silver, four-door 2001 Dodge Dakota. The license plate was YFH2319. And there's not been any bank or cell phone activity by these people since they disappeared. The case remains unsolved.
Oh, wow. Okay.
And this is the girl that was with him, Danielle Imbo.
Okay.
The clothing that she had was a jacket of cream color, a jacket and a cream colored sweater, blue jeans, and she was carrying a black purse. The circumstances were she was traveling with Richard, same restaurant, South Street. She went missing, same car. There's been no activity on her bank account, phone activity since they disappeared. And
that was in 2005,
that was,
correct?
Yes.
Okay. Wow.
We have Tony Lee Sharples. Tony Lee has been missing since 2009. She went missing in Gladwin, Pennsylvania. She was at a party, last seen at a party in Gladwin. She was last seen driving a black Pontiac Grand Prix, and she has not been seen since. She was disappeared at the age of 29. She's approximately 5'5". She's about 135 pounds. She has blue eyes, bluish gray eyes, reddish brown hair, kind of short. And she was driving a 2002 four-door black Pontiac Grand Prix. Any information leading to this, to contact the local police. And it's on the, I think it's on the TV. Her plate number was DND 7772. Sabrina Mae Caller. She went missing at the age of 20. Her nickname is Bree. She's 5'2". Her weight was 131 pounds. She has blonde hair, blue eyes. She's Caucasian. The circumstances are unknown. The photo is aged to 31 years old. She was last seen with David Sherman Heck, who picked her up from her home in Erie and took her swimming to Eagley Park in North Springfield. He's considered a suspect in her disappearance, and he drove Caller around in a black and red Ford Bronco the day she disappeared. Sabrina was declared legally dead in 2009, and her disappearance remains unsolved.
Wow.
We have Keyshawn Bryant Vanderhorst. He's been missing since he was 2. So the picture that you see is
Aged, isn't it?
It's aged to 18. He was taken from his home in the 1400 block of North 17th Street by an unknown African-American female. Keyshawn's mother, Tina Vanderhorst, first told police that a DHS social worker had taken the boy from her. 2 days later, she said she had given her son to a woman who appeared at her door and offered to care for him. 6 days after that, she said she told Keyshawn to the woman whom she said that she sold Keyshawn to the woman whom she did not know for $500 to buy crack cocaine. The suspect is believed to be between the ages of 35 to 40 years old, and he uses the alias Virginia Graham. There's a sketch to the left. In 1996, Tina Vanderhorst was convicted of selling her Keyshawn. Has never been located, so this case also remains unsolved. And he's been missing since 1995 from Philadelphia.
Wow. Okay, where's the area of the next one?
The next one is Spring Township, Pennsylvania, and it's Brenda Louise Condon. She's been missing since she was 28. She's 5'3". Her weight is 110 pounds. She has reddish brown hair, light blue eyes. She's Caucasian. She was last seen wearing a silver shirt over a black tank top. Circumstances where she was last seen bartending at Carlsbad Tavern in Bellefonte, Pennsylvania, between 12:45 and 1:15 a.m. She was last seen by patrons at the bar speaking to an unknown man. She has not been seen since. The bar was discovered unlocked later the same day by employees reporting for work. There were no signs of a struggle and no signs of Condon. Her car was found in the bar's parking lot. Her case remains unsolved. The following three composites feature patrons of Carlsbad taverns who remain unidentified. They visited the bar during the night of Condon's disappearance, and they were on the poster.
Okay, that's listed there too.
And then the last one that I have here is Erica Brown, who's been missing since May 16, 2016, also from Philadelphia, PA. She went missing at the age of 14, and her height is 5'4", her weight 130 pounds. She has black hair, she's brown eyes, female, African American. She was last seen with a black short sleeve shirt, green pants, and a black sneakers. Her photo is shown age progressed to 18 years. She was last seen in Philadelphia on May 16, 2006, and she has never been heard from again. Authorities believe she left her of her own accord. She may still be in the area, and few details are available on her case, which still remains unsolved.
Wow.
And this is one of, I mean, this is a tiny little pile
so
of
many,
boxes
right?
and boxes and boxes of unsolved.
Wow. So many still there. And you wonder how people just disappear, but it happens.
It's just mind-boggling.
Let's give something positive.
Yes.
Because I know when we actually went to Asbury Park, and we're part of the show when Janelle came into town, we did talk about people that were found.
Yes.
What do you have to share with us about that?
I don't have the names of those people that were found.
That's okay. Give us the story.
But the stories of the people that are found are just, as you can imagine, the families are.
So where are they found? They're just found, somebody gave a tip. And
well, yeah, I mean, it's just tips that come in that you just don't suspect.
Right.
And it's just because of this. You just don't know who knows who.
Right.
It's like you said at the very beginning of the interview, you don't know what you don't know.
Right.
And things come in that people raise their eyebrows and it gets looked into, and one thing leads to another, and before you know it, there's a tip, and it just leads to something else, and somebody's found. And
I remember when we were at Asbury Park, there was, I guess, a young man that was found.
Yes.
And that's what we had talked about. Do you remember that story at all?
I remember vaguely about it. I don't remember the details enough about it, too.
Yeah, and I think somebody was there, too, that were in the concert that was a part of the family.
That came, because they were excited.
Came.
There was a lot of excitement
Yes,
that
which
night.
was exciting, because it's like, yes, this is important work, and yes, pay attention to this, because you may have that clue that actually reunites somebody again.
Any piece of information that anybody has, even if they think that it's not important, it is, because it's a piece of information that they don't have.
Right.
And it's a piece of a puzzle. So I mean, if you're putting a puzzle together and you're missing a piece, you don't have the complete puzzle.
That's right. That's right. And it's all of us working together. It's the individuals working together and getting the names out, like you're saying, during the Squeaky Wheel Tour, which is in October of November of each year. But even past that, just go to the website that we have on the screen, which is 411-Gina.org. And you can go on and even look by states.
States you can, and if there's an artist that you're partial to, that you just love a band, love an artist, whatever, and you want to see their shows, you can click on their name. You can go by artist name, you can go by state name. You can even, if you know somebody that's missing, you can go by their name and find out where the shows are for that person if you're supporting them and trying to help, by passing out posters, by however you want to help, and financially, you can support it financially. There's all kind of things that you can do to support this tour. You don't have to be a musician or an artist.
No, not at all. And financial support is important too. And explain why, Gina.
Financial support for this tour is important because Janelle had to stop with the bus. For a while there, she was using the bus, and they were going and doing an actual tour. But there's expenses that come along. There's travel. There's gas. There's upkeep, accommodations. It's losing work time.
Yes.
I mean, people are very nice at work. I mean, I'm a registered nurse. Employers are nice. They will give you some time off or whatever to do what you're doing. But I mean, you can't expect an employer to give you, weeks and weeks off to do things. You have to make a living.
But if we all come together and we all do our part to get this word out and to pay attention and to share it. So even if we can go to your Facebook page too, right?
Yes.
And what is that?
Mine's Gina Miller Music.
Gina Miller Music.
On Facebook.
So if we go there, we can also see some of the composites and things that you've put together, and we can also share from your page.
Absolutely.
And that's where the traction comes in with this and where we can make a difference.
Yes. And on the Facebook feed, I went ahead and clicked all the faces of the missing.
Yes.
Underneath the comments
Yes.
on the live
great.
Facebook feed.
That's great.
So.
Thank you for the work that you're doing, and for all the other artists that are doing that too. Maybe together as a community we can help bring some people back together again. That's what the goal is.
Absolutely. Well,
All
thank
right.
you for being such a huge part of helping us do this.
Absolutely. We're glad to be a part of it.
Thank you.
And thank you for watching today. You can be a part of this and maybe bring some people back together. I'm Diane Dayton with Behind the Lines, reminding you to look behind the lines. You might be surprised what you find.